Hello! Today I thought I would shine a spotlight on the stability ball. The stability ball is a great tool for any runner's toolbox, but I think it's often underutilized in the gym setting. It can be a really great tool for your core strength, glute strength, hamstring, and stabilizing muscles. So I thought, what better way to celebrate the Swiss ball than to show you a few running specific options that you can try out in the gym with your stability ball. So let's start with glute bridges. So there are two ways that you can achieve glute bridges with the stability ball. The first way, you sit on the ball, roll forward so that the ball is supporting your rib cage and your shoulder blades. Hands behind your head, feet are hip width apart, knees are hip width apart. Drop your hips down towards the floor, making sure you're not touching the floor, and then push through your heels, come up to parallel with the ground. Squeeze your glutes here. It's very easy just to move around and not use your glutes. So push through, squeeze your glutes. Drop down, come up and squeeze, drop down, up and squeeze. There are a variety of variations you could try with this glute bridge, such as lifting one leg up and squeezing your glutes. That works your stabilizing muscles very hard though, so progress up to that. The other way that you can do a glute bridge, lying on your back, you've got your feet on the ball. You want the ball pretty close to your glutes, hands in a V position to best support yourself. Push through your heels, lift up and squeeze. Drop down, push through, up and squeeze. If you're feeling your hamstrings with this one, that means the ball's too far away, so bring it closer to you. The next exercise I thought we would do targets your hamstring. It's a hamstring rollout. So what you do, get yourself onto the ground, feet are on the ball, heels on the ball. What you want, your arms are wide in a V position. Now, there are two ways I could suggest you go about this. So lift up, roll out, roll in, and come down. If you want to make it a little harder, you can lift up, roll out, roll in, roll out, roll in. Keep going like so. The third way, which is a challenging way as well, is a single leg hamstring rollout, just like so. The next exercise is going to focus in on your glute medius and your stabilizers. So what you want to do, pop this Swiss ball underneath your arm and your armpit, and you want to have it sort of touching your rib cage but not touching your hip. If it's touching your hip, you're not going to be working optimally. So make sure your hip is not touching. You've got your knee on the ground and your body is in a straight line. The first thing I feel is that this bottom hip is having to work hard because it's having to lift up. So that bottom hip is on. From here, I then lift my top leg up and down, squeezing through this hip. So I've got my bottom leg working in an isometric hold and my top leg is doing repetitions, working through that glute med. Once you've done 10 to 12 repetitions, you would then swap sides and you'll find that because that leg has just been doing reps, it's a little bit more fatigued when it now has to go into that stabilizing job. So just like so, you'll also feel your obliques, you'll feel your core, and it will really improve and help with your running stability. The next exercise I wanted to show you is the dead bug. Now the dead bug is a core exercise that traditionally already requires quite a lot of coordination, but I actually find using the Swiss ball is an easier way to achieve that coordination for my clients, and it also helps with the engagement through your core. So with a dead bug, the first thing I'd say is you do not want your back to lift up off the floor. So make sure your lower back is in contact with the ground. What we do, we balance the Swiss ball on our knees and between our hands. We're not holding the Swiss ball, we're just balancing it. Then what we do is our opposite arm and opposite leg extend out and come back in, and then extend out and come back in, keeping your lower back in contact with the ground at all times. Keep nice and controlled and you can achieve a beautiful dead bug. Another great core exercise with the Swiss ball is a forearm plank on the Swiss ball. So what you've got, you're going to pop your forearms onto the ball. You can hold your hands together or hold them separate. You're going to come out, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core, make sure your shoulders are on top of your elbows so you're not a long way out, and you're just going to hold comfortably. If you want to make it a little harder, you can start rolling the Swiss ball, and then once you've done enough one way, you can then go the other way. Make sure your hips are not lifting, or alternatively that your back is not dipping. So squeeze those glutes, and that's going to help you keep a beautiful plank position. If you feel like your hips could benefit from a little bit of extra mobility, the Swiss ball can be a really nice balance aid when we're stretching through our groin and inner thigh. So we can hold on to that Swiss ball, come forward into a lunging or kneeling lunge position, and then sit forward, pushing out slightly so you feel a nice stretch through your hip flexor of your back leg and your groin of your front leg. If I were to swap positions so you can see that from the other perspective, it looks like so. And this Swiss ball just provides a really nice balance aid. The last exercise I actually want to signpost is more of a stretch and mobility relaxation based use of the Swiss ball. So it's a Swiss ball assisted child's pose. I think as runners we often neglect this sort of mobility and stretching element of our gym sessions, but this should feel really calming, relaxing, and should help in general with your recovery. So what you're going to do, you're going to have your feet together, knees apart, your hands are on the Swiss ball, and you're just going to drop down and relax into that stretch. And you should feel that is a really nice stretch through your chest, your lower back relaxes, and you can roll from side to side, making sure that those lats are stretching as well. And you're sitting back, you might find you feel a little bit of a stretch in your groin as well. If you want to reset, you can come up and then sit back again. I hope that you found this video useful in learning how you can incorporate the stability ball into your next gym-based workout. Happy running!